What does your rivalry with LeBron mean to you?
Our careers are connected because we played at the highest level. You expect greatness, and that's the part I've enjoyed so much about playing in finals against him. It just brings out another level of intensity and excitement.
We got to be prepared for everything that they have. They got championship DNA as well. They know what it takes and what it feels like to be in pressure game. We got to be ready for that opportunity and for that pressure.
Let's go!
He's Jalen Rose. I'm David Jacoby. We are Jalen and Jacoby. What exactly is it that we
do? What they want.
The people are getting what they want tonight. We have two play-in games in the Eastern Conference, but we start with LeBron James and Steph Curry meeting up again in the postseason. What is the significance of this play-in game when you look at their rivalry as a whole?
You said the key word, rivalry. And so a couple of current players in the league, these two along with Kevin Durant and Kawhi Leonard, are defining their generation right now. And while LeBron is the elder statesman, and now he's playing in Los Angeles and the defending champion, Steph Curry's team has actually won 3 of the last 6 championships. And for two guys who are actually born in the same Ohio hospital, one to a single parent, one whose father played in the league, LeBron James has been the man-child who outplayed expectations and came straight out of high school from day one. And Steph Curry was the little engine that went to Davidson and had to continue to prove people wrong. And so now all of a sudden you got both of these guys playing at an elite level in the NBA play-in game, Jacoby. A season where Steph Curry, by LeBron James' words, is this year's MVP. This is going to be great theater. I'm really excited, and this is why it's a terrific idea by the league and Adam Silver to have this happen.
It really is. And you look at these two teams, you look at the Lakers, they're coming in a little bit hobbled. They're just coming together. And then you look at what Steph Curry has done with these Warriors in just the last 24 games. Look at the last 24 games. 20 times he's had 30 points. He's averaging 37, shooting 50% from the floor, almost 44% from 3, and he has hit 155 threes over those 24 games. If the Warriors are going to have any chance in this game, it's going to have to take a historic performance from Steph, a 40-point, a 50-point performance from Steph. What are the chances the Warriors actually win this game against the Lakers?
Jacoby, he's been gearing up. If you notice in the previous game, career high in shot attempts from the field, career high in shot attempts from 3. He was going down guns a-blazing. And it's one thing for the Warriors to be a part of the play-in. A team with Draymond Green and Steve Kerr, a championship pedigree, that knows that this is not their year to win it all without Clay and Wiseman. They know that. It's one thing for them to be in the play-in. It's another thing to be playing against the Lakers, LeBron, and AD in the play-in. And you saw Draymond getting ready after going against Valanciunas, like, oh, I'm starting to get ready. I'm back ready guarding these centers. Because you know what the Lakers have a lot of? Big bodies. Andre Drummond, Gasol, Anthony Davis, a lot of big bodies. They're going to throw them all at Draymond Green.
And they have a lot of defenders they're going to throw at Steph Curry as well. And one thing I noticed during the regular season matchups between these teams, it was the Lakers bench. It wasn't just LeBron and AD. It was Montrezl Harrell getting busy against the Warriors. THT, Kuzma, Caruso. If they can get the kind of production they got during the regular season in this play-in game, it should be an easy win for the Lakers, but nothing is easy when you go up against Steph Curry. That game is tomorrow night. We have a couple big games tonight. We start with two teams going in completely different directions. Of course, I'm talking about the Celtics and the Wizards. Jalen, seems like there's just two very different stories and narratives taking the floor tonight as these two face off.
Listen up, I got a story to tell. How about two St. Louis kids getting a chance to play on the big stage, Bradley Beal and Jason Tatum, in this play-in situation? And Bradley Beal, second in the league in scoring. He's dealt with a hamstring injury recently. He was hobbled a little bit when he returned. Hopefully he's back healthy as possible to perform. And they're both looking at this situation different. Russell Westbrook averaged a triple-double this year, Jacoby, for the 4th time in his career. having both of those guys, they'll be extremely enthusiastic to play in the play-in and then make the playoffs to play in the first round. However, this Boston Celtic team, I don't think they're going to have that same enthusiasm without Jaylen Brown and just the way that they've underperformed this entire season. So I'm looking forward to seeing if Jason Tatum could just have that lights out performance and just say, all right now, we have been to the conference finals 3 times in the last couple of years. Like, I'm going to also put up a big game and at least get us into the playoffs. But any talk of them firing Danny Ainge or Brad Stevens or trading one of their big 2, not going to be able to do it.
They do not have a lot of roster flexibility, but you look at those numbers that you just saw on the screen. The last 15 games, the Wizards 10-5 and the Celtics 5-10. Interesting to see what happens in that one. And before that one, we have another interesting matchup in the Eastern Conference featuring our guy, LaMelo Ball, and the Hornets going up against the Pacers.
I see you, nephew.
Jalen, do you think LaMelo Ball has a little bit more magic in him to carry on this season into the playoffs?
I love you so much. Hey, man, you're really good at this job, dog.
I got
you know your brother very well.
I got
the
you,
lob
buddy.
you just threw me was like magic in 1979 as a rookie, huh? So we're going to put LaMelo in this play-in and see if he can dazzle and get a triple-double and knock out my former team, the Indiana Pacers. Oh, man, that's what's up. I like what you did there.
Jalen, they need Malcolm Brogdon. Brogdon may or may not play for the Pacers, and people don't know that low-key he is their leading scorer, and he's been in and out of the lineup. Hopefully they can get Brogdon together and Karis LeVert and Sabonis and move on in this one, and we will see. Jalen Rose, so excited about these playing games. We have to talk about them, but we have to talk about your Detroit Lions once again. I feel like we cover the Lions way too much on this program, but when Dan Campbell says something like he just said, we absolutely have to. He was on Pardon My Take. Shout out to those guys. They had Dan Campbell on. Here's what he said. He said, quote, "I don't think we're going to be able to do it, but I would love to literally just have a pet lion. Just a legit pet lion on a chain. A big bleep chain." Jalen Rose, we all know about him talking about biting kneecaps, and now he wants to have a literal lion as a pet, and he wants a big chain so he can walk this lion around Detroit.
I got to teach this guy something. Welcome back, Dan Campbell, as the head coach. He used to play for the team, Jacoby. He know what it is. You see me boss up and say what up, Joe, before every show, right? I once went to a themed jungle party in Atlanta. And real livestock were actually in the party. Elephants, lions, and tigers. True story. And that was a Detroit native throwing the party, I shall say. So him being in Detroit, it will not be the first time he's seen a lion, a tiger, or anything on somebody's chain. I just hope it have major diamonds in it. It got to be iced out, and you got to get some cardies or rock you some buffs, you know what I mean, to go with them.
Well, Jalen, the good thing for Lions fans is Dan Campbell did this interview to distract Lions fans from the fact that ESPN put out a power rankings of all of the NFL teams in the wake of the draft. And let's just take a look at where the Lions are in that. And that's their schedule. But they came out with power rankings. The Lions were 31st. 31st in the league. 31st. Only the Texans, who do not have a quarterback, were ranked lower than the Lions. Jalen Rose, your team is so bad. Can we just not talk about them anymore? Can we just not talk about them? Can we just not talk about them until the games start?
Let me tell you guys something. Like, I know I play fantasy football every year. I know I bet on NCAA tournament brackets, but I haven't really ever bet on professional sports. I'm going to bet that the Lions are better than that right there. That might have to be my first bet. You said that over and under is 5.5 and 31st. We got to be better than that. It's only May. How do they